Hi, I'm GeoDev, and in this video what we're going to do is export a vehicle firing animation from Blender to UDK. Well, this video is purely going to be the doing the animation in Blender and exporting it. In a later video I'll be importing the animation into UDK and setting it all up. So this is just going to be purely the Blender side of life. Okay, right, so obviously what we've got here is our vehicle, and my fire animation is going to be these multiple barrels spinning round. Yeah, happy with that? Well, let's see if I can get it to work. I've tried this a few times on the other computer, and eventually I did get it to work, so hopefully my memory is still up and running, and let's get on with doing this. Right, so the first thing what we want to do is decide on, because we're just doing one animation and one animation only, yeah, all we're going to do is do it here. I'm not going to go into the animation with the all the other bits and pieces and the actions and all the rest of it, because I still haven't quite got my head around that. I will get there eventually, and we'll do something possibly with normal weapons on that at a later date. But this is purely a single animation for the vehicle to fire, which will be rotating now. Right, that's that down. So what we're going to do is purely, how long do we want this animation to be? Well, in the one that I've tried out, I set it at 50 frames, and because it's, if you look at the barrels, they're not exactly the way they're positioned. They're not exactly round, so it looks like it's sort of wobbling a bit when you're doing the animation. Now trust me, the pivot is actually in the center of all these 6 barrels, but it does look a bit weird. But we'll just go with it as it is. Okay, so what we got to do here, right, now I'm going to set the animation, instead of just being 20 frames, let's make it a nice and slow one, shall we, and go to 100 frames. Now I'm just going to hold my mouse over here, scrolling, holding the middle mouse to pan it, and that should about do us. Right, so what do we have to do here to actually do, well, that's us set up there on the timeline, yeah. So what do we have to do to get this up and running and to work? Well, let's hope I can get this to go the way I'm planning. I'm a little bit nervous, but we'll see how things go. Right, the first thing we have to do is actually select, here's me going back to the old ways, right click, select on the armature, yeah. Now I'm starting to get used to this hierarchy tree that's in Blender, compared to the old days in Max where I was having to go searching. It's here on my screen, so it's quite nice. I'm starting to get used to that. Now what we want to do is pick and select the, let's see if I can, really need this to, just so you can see it a little bit better, because I've got a lot on bigger. There we go, spin name, BC car weapon spin. Okay, right, that's the one that we want. No, I don't want to change the name. Be careful, get away from there. Alright, and we're in armature, but we don't want to do it here. We need to do it in the pose mode. So what, with that select, with the armature selected, go down here, object mode, and go on to pose mode. Now the first thing I am going to do is hit A to deselect, hit A again to select all the bones in pose mode, and then I'm going to, let's see if I hit that one. It's a no suitable content, yes, because now where was it? Here we go. We go down here. It says active keying set available. Now what we want here is location and rotation. We should only be using rotation, but just to be on the safe side, we'll have that selected. Now if we go back over to the keyframes button, successfully added 112 keyframes. Ooh, that's a lot. Now you can, if you hold your mouse over here, you can hit the I key, yeah. But I'm still, you know me, I'm still unsure with me my hotkeys. So right, where do we go now? Well, basically what I've made sure I've done there is I've got a base and a key, well, set, a keyframe set for all the bones, just to make sure. I probably don't need it, but hey, let's just be careful, shall we? Right, so right click, make sure that I'm on the spin bone. As you can see here, armature, BC car, weapon, spin is the one I want. Now, if I start rotating this right now, it's not going to do a lot of good, because it'll be going all over the shop. So what I'm going to do is hit 3, if I could remember it. Yes, we got the right one. Well, hey, how about that? Okay, now so what I want to do here is rotate this bone in total 360 degrees. Now to make sure we go the right way, and to make sure it's working correctly, what I'm going to do for this animation is actually plonk down 4 keyframes. Now yes, you can guess it, 90, 180, 270 and back to 0. So how do we do this? Well, simple enough. Let's plonk along to number 25. I'm then going to, well, if we hit R and then type in 90, whoa, that was not what I was wanting. Okay, this could be because I'm using my laptop. So Control Z. God, here we go. Back to 3. Right, we'll do it the simple way, shall we? Well, let's try it this way. I type in 90 there. That's done absolutely diddly squat. So we'll go Control Z. Here we go. And that's not doing nothing either. So we'll go hit Z. Put 0 in there. Gets that back to that. Okay, so that's not working that way. Okay, not a problem. We'll go for R. Hold your mouse in here, R. And that's not working either. Why is that not working? Well, I'll tell you why that's not working, because this was doing my head in the other evening. When I was exporting my mesh, you might remember we made sure the wheels came down, which for some reason has got it into the rest position. Yeah. So if we go back into the pose position, make sure you've got pose position selected. Now we can try that again, shall we? We'll go R, go 90. There we go. How about, whoa, hang on a minute. Alright, let's just Control Z that back. No, it's not. Hang on. Right click. Let's just make sure we're okay. Right, back into number 3. Okay, we'll do it the not so easy way. Well, let me just try this one more time. Right. 0, let's smack hit a keyframe in there, whack that up to number 25, hit R, hit X, hit 90. Yep, that's fine. And now we'll press I. Did that do anything? No. So we go keyframe, smashing. Now back over here, go R, X, 90, insert a keyframe. Oh, Rolex. What have I done? Didn't move it. Okay, so we'll R, X, minus 90 is where it was. Hit the keyframe. Go up to number 50. R, X, 90. Now for some reason we're on 51 there. Let's just plonk that back. There we go. Might because of these automatic keyframes switched on. We'll put that one there, select that one, and remove. Yeah, right. Now if we go up to number 75, so you move your timeline and then everything else. R, X, 90, insert a keyframe. Now we're going to go back up to 100 and go R, X, 90, which puts us back at the starting position, and insert a keyframe. And that should be it. Now what I'm going to do here is, let's see if I can find it, under your Unreal tools. Right, if you haven't got this, go into user preference very quickly, add-ons, import export, and import export Unreal Engine format, blah blah blah, tick it. Okay, and save it as defaults, trust me. Right, now what we're going to do is go back into object mode, under Unreal Export. Now I won't say yes or no which is the best way to do it. Either have the mesh selected or have the armature selected. Both seems to work. So what we're going to do is we're not going to export the PSK this time. We're just going to export the animations. So have PSA selected and click export, and there we go, export finished. Job's a good one. Now all we've got to do is actually go into UDK and see if this works. I'll do this before I do the next video, but that is pretty much it. Okay, so well, what we should be doing is, now if I play that animation, you can see the bones swinging around. Wahey, very nice. Okay, and that's all it is to it. Now you might have noticed, right, you've got to have a mesh selected. It says show action sets and other things like that. That's what I'm going to look into in another video once I've actually sorted the workflow out. Okay, we'll get there eventually. But this is just for exporting the single one-off animation. Okay, so that's that, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.